and it's not as bad as I thought.
Hey campers, George here. Day off, relaxing at home, losing my voice. First day in a while we've had some really good weather, and I was going through some stuff that I have, and something that I got recently, which I felt I'm going to need for winter coming up, and that is a wind guard for my stoves. And I got this one, which is from Egofine, and there's the name up there, and here it is here. It comes in a nice plastic carry case, nice and flat, easy to put in your bag, and I plan on carrying it in my camping and my day pack. Price wasn't bad, was less than $12, so not a bad deal. Haven't really had a good look at it, so I thought I would, while I'm going to do that, I'd share it with you. And it is the Egofine Camp Stove Windshield. So you can see it here, it's made from ionized aluminum. There are 10 plates, I believe. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plates. So you can see it folds out. You can fold it any way you want, they say. I'm not a big fan. I prefer doing that. I prefer to do it the way they say. It weighs 253 grams unfolded. So it's pretty long. It's 84 centimeters, as you can see. It is light, like I told you. It does go together pretty well. It has a couple of features on it. One it has is at the bottom. It has these little divots in it which allow a little bit of air circulation from the bottom, so that when you sit it down for your stove, you are going to get some air coming through the bottom. See it here, coming through there. Another thing that they do have is they have these little things, and when I first saw them I wasn't quite sure what they were, but after fiddling with them for a while I figured it out. If you look here, if you look right here at the pin, as you slide it in and out, it's actually a pin, so you can pin it into the ground so it doesn't fall over. The way you put it up, you don't want to put it up in a straight line. Obviously this is going to fall over, but if you pin it, it'll be okay. Most people will have it in a circle around the stove, and obviously it'll fit different size stoves. And that was something I wanted to look at, so what I did was I pulled out some of my camping stoves and had a look at it. You can see here I folded it up and got a couple of the sheets together, which makes a smaller little housing for you to have a look at. So what I've got here is my day pack kitchen, which I've shown you before, and I'll put a link up for that if you haven't seen it, my spork. And it's a gas canister. I typically will cook with gas, and what I'm interested to see is 8.5 centimeters high, and I'm wondering if that makes a difference. One of the things is I'm thinking that if the pot you're cooking on is higher than the top of here, how well is it going to cook, and how stable would it be in wind? Obviously if it's so windy I'm not going to be cooking like that, but I mean, is it going to cool your pot down? I'm just putting together my pot. I'm actually not going to do, I'm just going to use it as a setup. I'm using my little Peak 1 here, thinking of changing over to my pocket rocket for that. So I'm thinking that this is pretty much about as much shielding as I'd want. That you obviously shield it from the direction of the wind, and as you can see, I'm going to put my Peak 1 in there with the canister. Now when I put the pot on, The pot does stick up. It's not too bad. It's I would say it's over half of it is below the windshield, so that shouldn't be a problem. Well, I mean, that is with my 750 milliliter titanium pot. The other thing I wanted to try, and this, if you've been watching my videos, this was something that I did a review on a week or two ago, and that is this complete camp kitchen, which is a wood burner stove. One of the comments I got from the video was somebody said it's awfully tall. Yes, it is, but this stands pretty high, and I'm wondering if that's going to be an issue when I'm cooking. And you can see here, and it's not as bad as I thought with the pot. Although the pot does stick up above, I don't think it's going to be a major problem. So that doesn't look too bad. It looks like it'll work there. The other thing I was concerned with was how big I can cook, how big a pot I can use. And really the biggest radius I have is my Stanley frying pan here. So I'm thinking it goes around there and it's not even fully unwound. I mean, you could put a pretty big pot in here. You got plenty of room, so looks like it'll work. So I think I'm liking this, and I'm probably going to take it for a test drive. I found myself a new recipe for some food, and you know my eating habits are a little different to most people. I tend to eat less meat and more, I want to say, vegetarian, Mediterranean style, simply because of past health issues. So you can see it folds up pretty cool. It's not too bad. And they do say, and I noticed that it doesn't leave fingerprints. It's fairly inexpensive. I think it was like $11 something for it, and I had bought it with some other stuff on Amazon, and I'll put a link for you below if you're interested. Aluminum, 8.5 centimeters tall, and obviously when you open it up, unfolded 84 centimeters. So there's quite a lot of width on it. You can see there. And you can see it does fold up pretty good. How sturdy it is. It flexes quite a lot. But I don't think it's one of those things that you're going to be beating up, because when it's folded up and you put it in the carry box it comes with, and that's pretty solid. So that'll protect it, I think, from mishaps, hopefully. Not bad. Not a bad little buy, I think. And if you're concerned about windy conditions and you're going to be out there, might want to consider something like this. I have never tried one myself. I kind of like it. And for the price, can't beat it with a big stick. Anyway, so there you go. The Egofine Camp Stove Windshield. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. You know the story. And hopefully I'll be back with some more. Camping. Winter is here. Temperatures certainly dropped in Minnesota. So, fun times ahead. Just saying. Thanks. Bye.